Hi, thank you for watching Digging into China. I'm Don Shang. The U.S.-China relationship is the great geopolitical rivalry of the early 21st century, and every facet of the competition will involve the two countries' capabilities in science and technology. Figures from across the political spectrum worry about a technology race with China, and many Americans fear that China has already surpassed the U.S. in such frontier technologies as artificial intelligence and 5G broadband communications. China has stolen a march and is now leading in 5G. Then Attorney General William Barr declared in a recent keynote speech at a Justice Department conference on China. Allison of Harvard University warns that China is currently on a trajectory to overtake the United States in a decade ahead in artificial intelligence. The conventional wisdom about China's supposed advantages in AI and 5G shows how easy it is for incomplete understanding of technologies to lead to misjudgments and policy mistakes. Balancing economic and security considerations require considerable knowledge of specific technologies, not just a current snapshot, but also a sense of how the fundamentals will shape their evolution. Let's start with AI. Professor Allison has dubbed China the Saudi Arabia of the 21st century's most valuable commodity, data. The implication is that China's larger supply of data garnered from its more than 1 billion people with very limited privacy protection gives it a big advantage. The thinking goes like this: Chinese machine learning algorithms can be trained on far larger data sets. Therefore, it can advance more quickly and powerfully than their American counterparts. This assessment makes two fundamental errors. For one, data aren't interchangeable. Machine learning depends on specialized data sets, not mountains of undifferentiated data points. For another, this argument ignores the law of diminishing returns. Infinitely larger supplies of an input like data don't produce infinitely better results. Indeed, they may actually reduce performance. For many AI tasks, machine simulations are more productive than mountains of data. When people think of AI functions that must be sequestered from China, they are often thinking of AI as a specific device or program, like HAL, the omniscient computer in the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey. But AI is actually a variety of procedures applied to different tasks. Almost all AI research is public and conducted by a global community of researchers. Only a very few applications for specialized security tasks need to be classified and subject to export controls. Besides computing power, the biggest driver of AI is human talent. The U.S. leads the world in AI because it attracts the best researchers in the world. Huawei's first generation of 5G radio access network base station is a modified version of the older 4G infrastructure that yields faster speed. The ultimate promise of 5G is an ubiquitous network customized to user needs. Trillions of devices and applications known as the Internet of Things using 5G technology will offer new solutions for everything from autonomous vehicles to industrial production management to remote surgery. But the drivers of 5G evolution will be semiconductors, software systems, and cloud computing. This is the areas in which the US is the world leader, not Huawei or any other Chinese companies. Instead of being intimidated by Huawei, U.S. foreign policy makers should recognize the Chinese company's situation, which is akin to the dominance that IBM enjoyed during the age of mainframe computing. IBM's massive scale and proprietary standards and software made it hard for competitors to match its offerings. Only in the 1970s and 80s, when Japan massively subsidized new competitors like NEC, did IBM falter. But the true decline of IBM and its Japanese competitors came with the rise of the internet. The web's transparent standards enabled many new firms to plug and play. Semiconductors, software, and desktop computing eventually led to the apps on your smartphone at a fraction of the cost of such functions 30 years ago. Today, 5G is at a similar moment. A new generation of technological standards for 5G would allow specialist suppliers, like the Microsoft and Intels of the Internet era, to compete against Huawei, Ericsson, Nokia, and Samsung. Control via the old RAN infrastructure will be diminished by control via cloud computing and software, which plays to a key U.S. strength. Introducing these standards will take concerted action from U.S. firms along with targeted U.S. government support, such as the adoption of procurement requirements to embody these new rules. The 5G Internet of Things will connect tens of thousands of suppliers of devices and pieces of software with massive rivers of data flowing across national borders. China will be a major security problem, but only one of many. Think of the challenge posed by the 5G Internet of Things as a massively scaled-up version of the cybersecurity threats that pervade networked computing today. As such, 5G security will need to follow today's cybersecurity template of carefully designed risk management. Weighing such trade-offs is a job for politicians and diplomats with a sophisticated grasp of the underlying technology. Tech-savvy policy leaders must find more productive ways of managing the risks of engagement with China while boosting America's innovation ecosystem and competitiveness. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly.